Hey, welcome to my channel where I talk about dolls, and that's literally it. And in this video, I'm going to be unboxing the 2025 Christmas dolls by Ruby Red, Angel and Carol. Now, of these two dolls, only one is mine because a friend asked me to pick up Angel for him and then to forward it along because I picked these up at Maple Leaf, which is the Canadian dealer of Ruby Red. And I don't know what the situation is for buying from China right now for Americans, for American collectors. But I think if you buy it from the Canadian site with the US currency, it does work out to be a little bit cheaper. And because I'm a friend forwarding it on, I have an app that I can use to forward it on tariff free, if you know what I'm saying. So that's why I think that's why he asked me to pick up his doll for him. And because I picked up his doll, he said that I could unbox it on the channel along with my doll. It was a fluke though, because I only wanted Carol from the two dolls. That's the one in blue, who I'll get to. And so when he reached out to ask if I could pick up for him, the back and forth was oh good, I can open both dolls, but I only wanted to have one of them. And so because it's only temporary that I have Angel, I'm first going to I'll show you the details of the outfit, and then I'll reverse the outfit. So I'll put one of the dolls is a fair skin tone and one's a little bit of a deeper skin tone. So I'll just reverse their outfits at first, since it's the only time I can do that. And then I will put the outfits back on the respective doll before I forward his doll onto him and put mine up on display. That's probably all I need to explain before I jump right in with whoever is the first box I grabbed, which is Angel. Yeah, I guess an angel goes on top of the tree, so I probably subconsciously put Angel up on top. Now this is the doll who's fairer skin, so I think that's probably why I felt a little bit more, uh, the Carol appealed to me a little bit better. And I do like the name better, Carol, because of thinking of like Christmas carols, and obviously that's why they went with the name this time. Sometimes I don't know why they choose the Christmas names, and sometimes it's really, really obvious. So because this isn't my doll, I'm going to try to show as much of the unboxing on camera as possible, just in case he watches the video. So the certificate's on top, and down in here you've got the anti-slip wig, the wig anti-slip. Okay, I was like, it came with a real candy cane, but I think it's plastic. And then, I mean, you'll see the stocking when I open it up. Here are the boots. Oh, those are nice. Those are really cute. They kind of remind me of like Christmas versions of the Halloween boots that came out this year. The outfit will be in here. It's usually a little bit noisy. And then, as you could probably see, the very fair-skinned doll is under here. Her head's inside this teeny box, and I should be a little more careful here. It's not my doll. And so her wig is lighter, and the beads going through her wig are pink, right? So I won't be able to switch their wigs and their outfits, you know what I mean? Because the wigs are beaded and they match the outfit. So that's why I'm going to just switch the entire wig and outfit between each doll. I just don't want to get anything confused. So Angel here. Next, I'm going to just pull everything out for Carol, and then I'll have everything. Yeah, I'll open the outfits, show you the details of them, put the stuff on the opposite doll. I think you get my drift. So here's Carol. You can see that she's got a darker hair color, the wig color, and a little bit of a deeper skin tone. And the faces are the same. It's a new face sculpt. So they look so similar, just like a color variant basically. And I didn't feel the need to have both. So that's why it is a fun little coincidence that the friend asked me to pick up Angel for him. Mine is number 300. I'll look at that later. It just seems like such an even number, a little impossible. So green stocking is the variant here. Outfits inside here. Blue boots this time because the outfit's blue. And, I mean, I'll show them better in a second, comparing the skin tones. See, this is my doll. I'm not trying to be rough because it's my doll. I'm just going to be a little less careful because she's mine. And so you can see the wig beads are white instead of pink. So I just don't think, wig-wise, they're really swappable. My box is making some weird noise over here. Now, like I said, I'm going to swap them at first. So let me... I'm making more work for myself than I need to. So just a quick glance. Here are the two different skin tones. Very fair skin. More so medium, like a light to medium. Freckles. The eyes look about the same color. You can judge for yourself. And like I said, new face, really cheery, smiling face. Not sure what they'll call this mold because two dolls came out with it at once. So now that I've done that, I'm going to put this doll over here and this doll over here, just to see how it goes. All right, now let me open Carol's outfit. Listen, I have a video to watch back if I really get confused of what goes where. So blue goes with Carol. I'm going to put it on Angel because I hate myself. All right. So in Carol's tissue paper, we have a royal blue velvet Santa style hat with a bell that really jingles. I don't know if you can hear it from there because my mic is a little bit back here, a little star on top. And then there are stars. They're kind of embroidered maybe throughout. I can't tell if they're, no, they're, I think it's like, you know, like paint, like fabric painted on. And then this is the main part of the dress. More bells, just in case you can't hear it. Same thing, same fabric, same royal blue, same glued on stars, and then some kind of lace detail underneath the bells. There's a belt to go over it after. Oh, there's a tool, a crinoline, not a tool, a crinoline made of tool to go underneath to make this bell out a little bit at the bottom. And I'm hoping that the camera will pick up all the details of this dress. You can see it's like a, is that a brocade, a brocade, however you pronounce it? It'll look nice. And I'm gonna put the tissue, just make sure the dolls have everything that's theirs in the end. Just be careful, you know? And so the funny thing about Carol's stocking is it's green, and she doesn't have any green in her outfit that I've detected in pictures. So I don't know if she's supposed to hold this, and this is a funny shaped stocking. It's not quite stocking shaped. It almost looks like if it went out this way, it'd be more like a bell. But anyway, I'm not criticizing, just pointing things out. I like to observe. And then this plastic candy cane that at first really looked, when I first pulled it out, looked real, but it's obviously plastic. I guess these are just decorations for the doll. So now let me look a little bit closer at the certificate, because I swear it says number 300, which is, oh, okay, so 350 pieces. That's where I was confused. I was like, is it only 300 pieces? So I just have an even numbered doll, which is number 300 out of 350 pieces. And the Carol wig is darker, so a deeper brown with iridescent white beads. It's sewn on, so you can't really, and it's braided in, so it's not like you can't really switch, in my opinion, because the pink beads wouldn't go with the blue. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel, so that's why the most I can do to switch them up is this. And then Angel's outfit, which I'm going to try on Carol first, is going to be all the same things, except being, it's like a wine red, a cranberry red. So I think hers is more of a cranberry. And then the red bow on down here, same star, same jingle bells. And then everything's the same. So I'm just going to quickly show you, because you've already seen it once before, but in blue. Both are really nice. And it, for me, it just came down to nitpicking of which one I wanted to choose. And the blue felt unique, but also the, oh yeah. And I prefer the white with the blue than the pink with the red. But it really is pretty stunning in person, the way the sort of the white goes against the pink. So that actually looks really a lot nicer in person. And when it's not Christmas, you could take off the Christmas pieces and then they're just wearing this dress. Probably intentional, so I'm not saying anything really smart there. Oh, okay. I think I forgot to, I pulled out the crinoline, but I think I forgot to pull out her stockings from, by hers, I mean Carol's, but there you go. So it is all included. So this is Angel's tissue, and I'll show you, oh, I forgot to open her boots, but let me go on to, oh, you know what? Let me first look at compare the certificate numbers. So she's number 184 of 350. I need to show you that just in case. Like I said, it's like I'm trying to be really, really attentive to what I'm showing you, because it's only temporary that I have this doll, so I can't make any corrections after, you know what I mean? Not that I ever do, because I'm not that kind of content creator. Same style, same shape of stocking, which I swear it didn't look like that in the photos. It did not look so, I don't know how to explain this, but crudely formed. Same, I don't know why I'm showing you that so up close, as if you haven't already seen it on the other one. Oop, that's loud. And then the boots, they're kind of heavy because of the soles that they got on here. As you can see, it's a heavy, it's like a thick molded plastic with glitter in it. And then the body of the boots, or the main part of the boots, are the same color of, they at least looks like the same fabric as the dress. And then it's got a green bow. And I don't think I saw a green bow over here. I thought I saw a red one, but I guess it's red and green. So anyway, I'm just showing you up close because I really like how the green looks against the cranberry, but not my doll. And now let me show you Carol's boots that Angel's gonna wear. I didn't show you that up close yet because I don't need to show you the dressing of them. I'm just going to dress them off camera and then bring it back. And I'm saying, oh, so the zipper on the back, mostly because it's not my doll and I want to be really careful. And I'm sure my friend doesn't mind. He's not worried. He wouldn't have let me do this if he were worried, but I'm worried. Not because of me, but because it's not mine. For anyone who enjoys seeing the process of dolls being dressed, when I dress the Ruby Red dolls normally, I'll show you when I'm taking my Carol outfit and putting on my Carol doll, because first of all, I'll have more practice of putting on the outfit because it took some practice and I'm glad I did it off camera. And I'll explain that when I dress my doll. And I'll get to show you the steps and the things to look out for. And if you just enjoy that sort of thing, who knows, everyone's different. And at least there'll be a little bit of everything in this video. So now let me turn around Carol before I take off. Sorry, let me turn around Angel in Carol's outfit and wig before I take off the hairnet and put on the hat. Those are the things I'm not too worried about doing on camera with somebody else's doll. I didn't even show you her face. So this is the lighter skinned doll with the darker hair. And, you know, I think because I tend to prefer dark hair on dolls, I think I like how she looks with this hair color and the fair skin. But mostly I think Ruby Red made the right choices with the way they did the dolls, the coloring that they did for the dolls. And I have to be very careful when I'm taking off this hairnet. Maybe I chose to do the hardest part on camera because it keeps getting stuck in all the little beads. But it is nice beadwork the way, like I said, they sewed it into, I want to make sure everybody gets the right stuff. They sewed it into the base, the wig cap, and then braided it throughout, which you would have seen when I had her back to you. So you had the optimal view when I was taking off her wig cap. And then more jingle bells, as you probably already know. And just place it over the wig. I mean, it's up to you how you'd want to see it styled. But I think it looks cute when you can see the star because I like to see everything whenever possible. So I'll just bring it back quickly, show you how she looks with her cap on, her little Santa hat. And because they're posable, but they have a string going through their body that makes their bodies pretty stiff and they don't always hold the pose the best. So I think the point is for her to hold the stock, even though, like, I don't know what scale this is. I almost feel like it's scaled to a child, not a child doll. And they could probably hold, they won't even hold that, but she could probably hold this somehow. I don't know, might require the aid of some double-sided tape or something, or I could just get her to keep her hand at a certain angle. Looks so natural. I think when it's my doll, I'll probably use some double-sided tape to assist with holding these little accessories, and I can't bring her closer because she's just gonna throw it at you. So hopefully this is close enough of a view to see her holding accessories. She threw it at you anyway. So I think you get the idea of how the accessories are in scale. And you know what? Maybe the braids would look cute. No, the wig isn't. It depends on the way a wig is braided. If they come forward, I think on her it looks better going back. And now Carol wearing Angel's outfit. Whoa, that is so confusing. And I'm not really too smitten. I'll show you before I take off the wig hairnet. I'm not too smitten with how she looks with this color wig. But to be honest, I really like how Angel looks in Carol's wig. And not my wig, not my beads. So I've tried to be careful. I feel like her braid feels like it has more beads in it. The pink beads seem more plentiful. Just trying to make, oh, there we go. I need to be able to see what it's getting stuck on to pop it off. So yeah, I like them both. I'm not saying I prefer one or the other. I'm just saying, pointing out that to me anyway, her beads look like she's got more. Now we can look at her face on. Yeah, I'm not as impressed with the swap for her as I am for her. And again, that could be just trying to make sure that everything goes with everything. That could just be my bias of preferring how dark hair looks. Because there are the birthday Sibleys that came out, and there was a deeper complected doll with dark hair, and then the lighter complected doll had more blonde hair. So I felt like there was more of a difference when you swap them up. Yeah, it's really cute. I just can't wait to see how they look in their own respective outfits. So here's what did I say she was? Carol with Angel's outfit. I don't need to get that right because I'm about to switch them back. But Do you want to see her holding? No, it's the same thing. And you know what? When she has her proper outfit on, you'll see it again. So I'm just being silly, trying to show you too much. So let me off camera put Angel and Angel's outfit, and then I'll show you putting Carol's outfit on Carol. I'm pretty sure even with Angel here back in her outfit, you'll see you may agree that Ruby Red did make the right choices color-wise with what doll got what outfit. So now here she is. I know you've seen this outfit so many times now. At least I feel like it because I've been sitting here with it for so long changing her. But yeah, don't you see? I think this suits her, the wig and the outfit, definitely suits her more than it suited Carol. But I actually think this doll, Angel, suited either color combination. I'm just trying to show you with one braid forward, one braid back. And now, to those of you who want to see the process of dressing one of the dolls, I'm going to, because I can be more comfortable because she's my doll, and I've put this outfit on a doll 3 times in a row, so I think I have practice now. And if my friend does watch back this video, he'll be so glad he didn't have to go through all this, because there are a few things that I want to point out as I'm dressing her. First of all, I don't think you should put the stockings on first, but she's already got her stockings on. They're the same stockings and crinoline, so they may be mixed up now. They're not really mixed up because they're the same. So here's a part where I should be concentrating because this is what I want to say. So because of their fingers, they're quite pointy, just the way they're molded, and I guess it's supposed to look a little bit like they have a bit of a nail, like a little bit of length of nails. You have to be careful going through both the shoulder that I just went through and then the wrist, the cuff, because it's elasticated. And you just want to make sure that you're not snagging any of the threads, either in the shoulder or the wrist. And I've had practice now, but when I was first putting this dress on Angel, well, I guess I was more nervous when I was putting Angel's outfit on Carol. Because it's not that I'm reckless with my stuff. If anything, it's the opposite, but you just feel an extra level of worry when it's not your stuff. So here's what I was saying, where this could have been a dress on its own, or it can be a dress when it's not Christmas. You'd have to have another pair of shoes because these are so Christmas, and you can't even pretend they're not Christmas. Maybe you could pretend Hanukkah because of the colors if you don't put on the hat and don't use the stocking and stuff. So maybe maybe I'm reaching, who knows. Oh, and so the next step that I figured out very fast is you can't put on the crinoline until after you've put this sort of like a pinafore, right, over the dress here, because otherwise it just becomes too much material. And when I was first dressing her, I couldn't figure out how this goes on. I was like, just go over her head. It doesn't go over the head because the head's big, and then trying to wrestle with the arms is a lot. And for the record, the fur that they've chosen, it sheds a lot. I'm covered in white fur, if you could see beneath my table. It's probably better that you can't. And this is another part that was also pretty tricky because now you have Velcro on the back. You're trying to get like the straps through the arms without snagging the brocade or whatever this material is called with the Velcro on the pinafore. So there are a lot of moving parts that you have to be careful of. At the same time, you're trying not to damage the bells or the ribbon on her neck. There are just so many things going on with this outfit. So that's why I was saying, if my friend does watch this video, he's going to be like, whew, I'm so glad I'm receiving a fully dressed doll. Because sometimes these dolls are just not fun to dress. And by sometimes, I mean every single time. And so then I put on the crinoline last. Okay, there is a back because there's a seam. And see, more fur. It's just everywhere. I don't know if it's picking it up on camera, if you're seeing it, and it just looks like I'm flicking dust. It's everywhere. But I don't think I'm not being rough or anything. I think it's a shedding kind of material. And then you have to get the crinoline, the band, to go up and flat against the stomach and the waist, because it's going to want to curl under just because of the way you're slipping it on underneath everything. And then you just want to sit pretty, right? So that was another I guess, I don't know if challenge is the right word. It's not really challenging. But as you're doing this, you don't want to get anything snagged on the other layers. And the other layers are so nice. Especially this time of year. So yeah, maybe the bells are too Christmassy. You couldn't make this Hanukkah. I lied. But I'm just trying to use my imagination for anything, because I don't think they've ever done a Hanukkah doll. None come to mind. Maybe they have, and I'm just, because I don't, I dress my dolls for Hanukkah, but I don't know enough about Hanukkah to have caught it. So that's what I'm saying. Maybe they have, and I'm just not thinking about it, but I don't think they have. So this is a faux leather belt, and I know I already talked about it, but the thing is, it's got this, it goes on a slant at the end, the way it's cut. So I don't know if that means the, like if this is supposed to be on the bottom or if this is supposed to be on the bottom. So even that is kind of was tricky for me to figure out. I think I like the longer part to be on the bottom, which means it probably goes on the top. And it's faux leather, so that's another thing you have to be careful with, because especially if it's not your doll or your outfit, because you have to feed it through the metal belt clip and then tighten it and tighten it until it's in a good spot. And it's pretty long. The part that comes out at the end is pretty long, so I feel like there could have been a little loop or something to stick it into so that it's not just dangling. And I think I could be able to show you what I mean. It's not as bad right now. I'm probably looking exaggerating, but see here, like how this kind of sticks out. Oh, you can't see because of her hand, but it kind of sticks out. And I just feel like if there was a little loop just to stick it into, it would just sit a lot flatter and it would look nicer. I think the last tip I have to give, it's probably not, but is when you're putting on the boots, because it's got a zipper and there's a stocking, once you get the foot into the actual boot, you want to pull the stocking tight so that the zipper doesn't catch the stocking, because I feel like I've had that, or when I'm doing it, it feels like it could happen. So that's just something I've become hyper aware of. Like I think I do it subconsciously when it's my own, but with her, I was like, whew, I better be extra careful. And so I was just a little bit more, I had a lot more on my mind, and I'm like, was it always this loose? Probably for me pulling it too tight. Yeah, like this time I feel like the fabric, so let me just wrap it around her ankle a bit more. I felt like it was going to get snagged. After all, me, talking, it's like do as I say, not as I do. You know what I'm saying? That's what that felt like. All right, so I think she's mostly dressed. I just have to get her wig back on, and I didn't show you the process of putting on her anti-slip. The band feels thicker. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like it's a little bit thicker than the old ones. So I don't know if that is just me forgetting, or if they've realized, hey, the more anti-slip width, the better. Now, here we go. Putting on this wig to make her feel complete. Oh, and so this is another, just off the top of my head thought, is when there is more of an advance notice on limited edition dolls, Maple Leaf will give the option of having it glued or not glued. And I will always go for glued. But I think these ones that kind of just go out really fast, because there was the sneak peek, or what do they call it? I think they call it a teaser of the dolls that are coming, and then if they're going to be released soon and they're going to dealers, there's no sort of pre-order period. Well, this time it was like a week or whatever. Like, actually, that's the other thing, is they felt like they shipped really fast. So anyway, my point is, I will always go with glued wig so that I don't have to worry about the wig being in the wrong place. But I do understand the fun of being able to re-wig your dolls, and that most people wouldn't opt for that if, like her braids in the back. So here, yes, I feel much better with her. Maybe I just feel more at ease because I'm not worried about ruining someone else's doll. Have I mentioned that yet? I'm not repetitive ever, so I probably didn't. Anyway, so here are the two girls back in their own get-ups, or themselves now, so you can see them side by side. And I hope I've showed you enough. I've shown you enough. I hope I didn't miss anything, because I'm a little distracted this time. Okay, if you're seeing this part of the video, that means after editing it back, I realized it wasn't too long, and I can show you a doll that I have opened. I've unboxed her, but I didn't unbox her outfit. This is another limited edition Christmas doll, but because when I got her, it wasn't close enough to Christmas, I didn't open her outfit yet. So the doll has always been in other ruby red outfits. And now I think it's time to open her up and finally look at her outfit. Help me get into the spirit a little bit more, as if I need it any more than I already am. But for some of you, if you at the time were disappointed that I didn't show her, as if you're going to remember all those months ago, but here I can at least get her out and get some of my Christmas display, or my ruby red Christmas dolls up and at them. I'm pretty sure that when I unboxed her initially, I didn't understand, maybe I didn't understand why her name was Robin. And then people must have explained to me that robins are often considered a Christmas bird, maybe to put the decorations on your tree. And so now, by this point, I'm so used to that information that I understand that her name is Robin because it's a Christmas bird. So now let me show you Robin, who comes with these very Christmassy mittens. There's also a gingerbread cookie inside. I think there were different variations of what you would get with the cookie, but I got the gingerbread, which is cool. I like gingerbread cookies. Gingerbread people cookies, or gingerbread men So she's got ear muffs with embroidered snowflakes. I'll show you the better when I'm opening up. Why do I do all this? Her outfit's inside here, still taped up. Really exciting because I don't even remember what her outfit looks like. Is it even on the box? I don't think they show her enough. No, it's just her face. Oh, and these boots. See, I think I could have opened these up at least because they look so nice. They didn't have to be part of her Christmas quiche, but I guess I just wanted to experience her entire Christmas outfit all at once. And then here's the doll, in case you're curious. Very, very pinkish skin tone, even compared to the very pale doll here. I guess she's supposed to look snowburnt, windburnt. I guess, oh, maybe she's supposed to look like she's blushing, like she's out in the cold. Nothing gets by me. All right, so now I can finally look at the details of this outfit. So far, so good, but very Christmassy. There's no way. Oh, it's really soft. What is this? It's, I want to say flannel, but super soft flannel. What would you say? Tartan with gingerbread cookies and other cookies. So I guess these might have been the options of the cookies you can get with her. And then there's this nice layer underneath. This is a really soft, it's like somewhere between flannel and fleece. I don't know how to explain it other than that. What's this? Maybe a scarf? Ooh, I hope I still have her certificate in there because I may need to refer to it. Yeah, this looks like a scarf. I think it's fair to say this is a scarf. Calm down. And what's left in here? Oh, this cute little sweater. I've more gingerbread, I think, on it. Or maybe I'm just imagining here. You can look at it. Do these look like gingerbread to you? They look like gingerbread to me. But then the little green ribbon, so nice. And this really nice jacket with so soft. You know what? She probably would look better displayed with Angel, but she's going with Carol. Here, just so you can see it up close. I guess it's called a duffel coat, but it's also really soft. I can't believe I've been sitting on this for months and never even like opened it to look at it. Or touch it because it's so nice. What are these called? I forget. These kind of horn buttons. I think there's a better name than that. And then she's got her tights in here, and I think it's the same ones that they both have. So there's a bit of like an argyle pattern in there. I think I forgot to show you those up close on these two dolls. If I remember later, if it's really important, I'll show you. And her boots, they look kind of like, ooh, they're soft too. So not suede because they're softer than suede, but they're like a slouch boot by the look of it. They look a little equestrian. I'm not sure if I like to say these words as if I know what they mean when it comes to fashion, but mostly I'm hoping people will correct me so that I don't say the wrong thing next time. But mostly people are just very nice and let me just ramble on about all my nonsense. And then I just keep going thinking I'm correct. Okay, so it feels like the same fur that's on the neckline of her duffel coat. And these aren't embroidered, it's an applique. So it's like a snowflake that's made of sparkly threads. Not that I care that it's embroidered, but I wondered how did they get embroidery onto earmuffs, and now I know they didn't. And then these mittens, which I guess they would go on after the coat, and they're not the same material. What are they like? I don't know how to explain it. I mean, it's textured and it is soft. Does anything else feel like this? No, all the things feel unique from each other. A little bit of a Sherpa lining in there, and then that's another applique, but it's plastic, shiny, holographic, iridescent kind of applique on the mitten. Oh, I was in the wrong end. So yeah, a little gingerbread boy. Not really a man. He's very small. So gingerbread boy, cookie. And I think the other options were to get like sugar cookies or things like that. I'm going to be daring and put on her stockings first because I feel like the Velcro strap on the back of her skirt is small enough that there won't be much risk of snagging the tights. But I could be wrong. Yeah, that should be safe. It shouldn't cause too much harm. Just have to hold on to the ouchy part, the rough part of the Velcro, and it should be fine. It was fine. I just felt like I would really struggle if I tried to put these tights on after I had the skirt already up. Have I mentioned how soft this is? It's so nice. I waited this long to find out. More Velcro, because most all clothes love Velcro. Oh, this might be something to watch out for because it's like a knit sweater. And I already mentioned those pointy fingers when I was dressing Carol. And you know what? They come with those plastic sleeves over their hands. Maybe this is the time that you weren't supposed to remove them. But like I said, she's been on display in other outfits. And yeah, for sure, you have to be careful. I could feel it trying so hard to get caught in. Yep, it did it. I was really careful, and it still managed to get in Slide one little thread. There we go. It's out. Whew. I was worried. The sweater's interesting, particularly because of the shape of the sleeves, the way they balloon out at the end. But it's also interesting. I don't feel like the skirt and the sweater match all that well. What do I know? I probably am wrong, but I'm just saying I feel like she's gonna have a coat on anyway, but I just kind of feel like, oh, they don't really look like they're part of the same set. Let me hurry up and get these boots on, because it's not that I've been sitting around thinking about these boots, but now that I remember and they're within my reach, they're really, really nice. My little trick about pulling the tights tight. Practice what I preach, right? Yep, so nice. It's a shame I've gone so long without putting them on her. And I think they're called horn buttons. They're horn something. I forget what the other word is. There's an actual elastic, so it probably would have benefited if I had done that off camera. And the same as with most ruby red jackets, it's lined inside with, yeah, it's softer than, it doesn't feel like that same tenty material. It looks like it, to be honest. It looks like the same material, but it feels a little bit softer. And I'm not sure how exactly this is supposed to go over the sleeves. I feel like because they're so balloony, they're going to get, not ruined, but a little bit wrinkled maybe by putting on this jacket, which does not unbutton or velcro up or anything. So you just got to get it over her pointy little fingers. It will fit, right? Kind of, sort of. And my fear about the sweater sleeves was correct, was rational. I don't know how to get them down. I can't stick anything up there to pull it down the other way. And look at her wig coming off. Ooh. I glanced at the monitor and scared myself. I thought I like ruined her hair, forgetting that these dolls don't have wigs that are on. Oh, I was like, I didn't know. I forgot that they used to come with like full on caps. That was also frightening. I just stopped scaring myself over nothing. The trick I would normally use won't work on this. Usually I would sort of put the wrist of the sweater over a thumb or a finger or something, but there's no getting this cuff over her hand with that in place. So I'm trying everything I can. 2 out of 10 experience trying to get this jacket on without ruining the bell sleeves. And I feel like the jacket, if I ever get it on properly, has the same bell sleeve, so it'll probably fit nicely once it's done. But oh boy, not fun. I was having so much trouble getting on this jacket that I decided to whip out her certificate. And guess what? They don't show her wearing her jacket on the certificate. Cowards. So I just have to hope this is how it's supposed to look. But I'm not confident. You know what? If I don't move along at some point, she won't be ready for next Christmas. So let me just move on to the mittens and hope it all looks fine in the end. I'm sure it will. I'm just a little frustrated. I don't know if frustrated is the right word. I just, I guess I wish I knew how it was supposed to look. Let's go back to looking at the positive. What cute little mittens. And it will look fine. I just, even in I didn't realize from looking at the certificate that her sweater, what's underneath the duffel coat now, doesn't really match her skirt to me. So that might just be a me problem. And besides, she's got this cute coat that was almost the death of me over top of it, and then this big scarf. This is how she's got it worn. She's wearing it like a shawl more than a scarf. So is it supposed to be warm with this? I don't know. I am still excited. I know I sound a little unhappy, but it's just the process of dressing these dolls. What's left? Oh yeah, her wig that fell off, and this weird cap. Even getting her wig back on gave me an unusually hard time, but she'll have her earmuffs on, and you'll never know the little imperfections that are underneath this wig, underneath. Yeah, the wig cap, it's kind of like sticking out in places. Anyway, I think she's done. I think she's ready, and she does look cute. I just need a moment to get past all that work. Okay, I think I've adjusted. I've gotten past the work because she looks so cute, and I can bring her up and finally show you the fruits of my labor. Is that what you'd say? So again, I don't even think I showed these boots up on her, like up close on her until now. And I was really worried for a minute that she didn't look all that Christmassy. I think because the sweater just, she just looked different. She just looks outdoorsy. But no, I'm wrong. I was just overthinking it and getting too carried away. And I had to put her little cookie wrong side. I had to put her cookie in here because she can't hold it. Not even because she's got mittens, but because these dolls don't really hold things very well to begin with. So now that I've calmed down and I've got her ready to go on display for the holidays, I'm really happy I went through all that. No, I really am. And you know what? I want to see her or show you next to Carol. Not that there's anything wrong with Angel. It's just that they're the two who are going to be on display together. If anything, she could just be in the middle because the blue is so bold between the two red outfits. And you know what? I'm wearing blue anyway too, so I didn't even need to move them in front of me to block me. So to anyone who got through all that with me, I should thank you, and I should also thank my friend for letting me unbox his doll and dress her. No, I'm kidding, I'm kidding. It was a lot of fun because it's something I do if there are two sort of look-alike dolls or color variants. I do like seeing them swapped. It's just that at this point, I have so many of these ruby red dolls that I have to be a little bit more selective of what I buy. And when it came to these two, it was a no-brainer for me. I think because I already have red themed Christmas dolls or Christmas outfits. So the blue seemed nice and I liked the stars, and I prefer the blue and the white over the red and the pink. Not to poo-poo on his doll. I'm just saying, like, that's why for me, and I think for most of us who chose one of the two, it was splitting hairs to see which one we wanted to get. And after seeing them, I'm really glad that I got to handle them in person, and I got to dress the doll for my friend, and he won't have to go through all that stress. And like I was saying, thank you all for hanging out with me in another holiday themed video. I think I still have a couple more left, so whatever the case may be, hopefully I'll see you soon in the next one.